Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to talk about the Texas school shooting and how a lot of specifically Gavin Newsom wants to put into more gun laws, and people are talking about gun laws and being completely ignorant. I love how people out of country want to start talking about like gun laws and don't understand anything about how it works here in the state of the United States and why we have these. So let's, especially Australia. Yeah, Australia. So let's go and talk about specifically what happened to you guys and how your police was actively doing the probably the most horrendous and hard to watch stuff to you guys, and you had no ability to actually defend yourselves because you had no guns. So yeah, you guys should probably keep your mouth shut off of that. And other people that are out of the country as well that don't understand our laws, don't understand why we have the First Amendment, First and Second Amendment, why we have these things, and bringing up things that we already have, but you're just too ignorant to actually see the true problem of all. So we're going to go over to this article here, and we're going to see exactly what's going to be going on. Revealed. Attack on Texas school was not killer's first shooting, police say. Now, I'll be following this coverage here and there to see what's going on with a little more information as information gets out. Now, as I said, I didn't report on yesterday specifically because I wanted to wait to see if more information comes out and to get more what's going on here, so we know what's going on. When big things happen like this, especially in shootings, we need to at least have some type of actual information being released and fully developed before we can start talking about it, because, again, it takes more than just 10 to hours or so before it happens, and then that's when the media wants to start jumping onto it and giving out information that they do not know or making random suggestions about things that is just completely dumb. And we have to wait to see what the full background story is before we start addressing things that we don't know. So let's get right into the article. When Salvador Ramos reached Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday, he already shot someone, according to police. There we go. So he's already had prior violence to this. All right. So there we go. Authorities said that in addition to the 19 children and one adult shot to death there, the 18-year-old had shot and wounded his grandmother, according to Kansas TV in San Antonio. And then we'll be going over some of these things as well. This video may or may not be long, depending on how I do this. So we'll see. But for right now, we're seeing that he's already shot his grandmother, and this is prior to this, and I don't know what is going on that was not being addressed here. They said Ramos fled that scene and eventually crashed his car at the elementary school, the Associated Press reported. So there we have it. So he fled that scene and then he crashed his car here, and this is where the tragedy took place. While some reports indicated the grandmother has died, others, including the Texas Tribune, said that she was still holding on Tuesday evening after being airlifted to San Antonio. Texas Department of Public Safety Lieutenant Christopher Alvarez said police were notified Tuesday that a vehicle had crashed near the school and that a man with a gun was near the school. DPS spokesperson Eric Estrada said Ramos entered the school after an encounter with police. Quote, "The suspect did crash near a ditch nearby the school," Estrada said. "That's where he exited his vehicle with what I believe was a rifle, and that's when he attempted to enter the school where he was engaged by law enforcement," he said. Unfortunately, he was able to enter the premises, and then from there, that's when he entered several classrooms and started shooting his firearm. Alvarez said Ramos appeared to fire indiscriminately. The suspect made entry into the school, and as soon as he made entry into the school, he started shooting children, teachers, whoever's in his way. He was shooting everybody, the officer said. According to Cairns, Ramos was fatally shot by a Border Patrol agent who happened to be nearby when the shooting started at the school. The AP reported the agent killed Ramos while Ramos was behind a barricade but was wounded himself. According to KSR TV, citing Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive data, Ramos bought 2 rifles this month, one on May 17th and one on May 20th. One rifle was found in the truck Ramos crashed on his way to the school. Officials say that on May 18th, Ramos bought 375 rounds of 5.56 ammunition, and that when the shooting stopped Tuesday, police found 30 round magazines of ammunition at the school. The gunman had been a student at Uvalde High School. Okay, well, he had hinted on social media that an attack could be coming, according to Democratic State Senator Ronald Cazares, who said he had been briefed by state police, the AP reported. Okay, so there we go. Again, how many times have I constantly said this to where people or law enforcement or whatever have had previous knowledge of this and they don't do anything? So it makes me disturbed onto why we don't have people or law enforcement or anybody doing anything anything to this at all, and that's a huge problem. It just makes me not feel confident in the actual police, especially the FBI, that they don't do anything to prevent this stuff from happening. And if that is the case, and they've been briefed by the state police, and he said that Senator Ronald, who said he has been briefed with. I take that back. My apologies. However, he hinted on social media that an attack could be coming. And according to Democratic State, who said he'd been briefed by the AP reported. So, therefore, so I'll correct that. So, my bad. However, yeah. However, that doesn't defute my point to where a lot of these cases, when there are mass shootings or these tragedies in general, is that we have the FBI or law enforcement know of this previously, and since they know of this previously, they don't do anything. They don't act on these occasions, and they need to do that a lot more. Like the Buffalo shooter on New York knew about this. They knew all the information that was going on, and he ended up killing people because the FBI didn't do anything. It's kind of disgusting, really, if you want to talk about it, because the FBI allows people to just die because they're terrible. It needs to be completely gutted and redone if that's the case, if they're not doing good enough research and better of their job. Gutierrez said Ramos suggested the kids should watch out and that he had bought 2 assault weapons after turning 18. So the assault weapons happened to be a AR-15 and a pistol. Or a handgun, whichever is the same thing, right? But again, a handgun is not an assault rifle or assault weapon, and an AR-15 is not even an assault weapon at all. It is not even remotely. And some people will think that AR stands for assault rifle, which it doesn't. It stands for Arma Light. So I don't know where people just don't do their research. They're ignorant of the actual guns and the law, so they just want to spew whatever they have, and they don't have the actual true information. And again, handguns are not an assault weapon. Neither is an AR-15. And to add more to people that are again ignorant to guns is that, and I'll put this in very clear definition so you people can understand. Semi-automatic is a single pull of the trigger. Each time a bullet will come out. That is a semi-automatic. And I will even say that you can only technically get, majority of cases, is a semi-automatic weapon in the U.S. You cannot legally get a fully automatic weapon unless it's purchased before, I may believe, 1986, that you could even potentially try to get one. But most guns, even military-grade weapons, you cannot get that are actually fully automatic. It is not possible. They do not sell these weapons, all right? They can be modified, but again, if you're modifying the weapon, that is illegal, okay? So people that want to come into this channel or when they go into the comments, they're like, oh, well, I've seen a lot of automatic weapons. Yeah, they've been modified, which is illegal. Again, you can't do that. So I have clarified my point. So don't start saying this stuff and when it's factually wrong. Again, you don't live in this country, and the people that do live in this country that don't know that need to get educated. the people don't live in this country and they don't understand our laws, our amendments, or anything. If anything, they want some of our amendments gone because they don't have the rights that they have. And the reason why our country has prospered quicker, so much faster than yours in the past, I don't know, 200 or so years, is because we've been doing something right. All right, we're a super country, and we can't be a super country in 200 years. How long have you guys been a part of a country and essentially took you a long time to develop, right? So I digress. Stop being jealous of us, all right? It's quite sickening, and it shows. A former classmate said Ramos texted him photos of a gun and a bag of ammunition, CNN reported. Okay, well then, there you go. He would message me here and there, and 4 days ago he sent me a picture of the AR he was using, and a backpack full of 5.60 rounds, probably like 7 mags, the friend said. And I was like, bro, why do you have this? And he was like, don't worry about it, the friend said. He proceeded to text me, I look very different now, you wouldn't recognize me. So, again, that's the information that we have so far. We'll wait to see if more information comes out, but again, people knew, and he didn't report this or do anything, which... Again, I can kind of see... Now, some people were saying he should have reported. Okay, I can understand from this friend's point of view. If your friend has something like this, then, again, you're probably not going to think too much of it because, you're in Texas or whatever, and it's not a big deal. Putting it in a backpack, though, like Birdman says, he's bringing out the AK, Eugene's coming out, and... And, it's like, that's a bit suspicious. I don't know very many people that actually put their weapons, that actually own weapons, put their weapons in a backpack or anything in the backpack. Maybe the ammunition, sure. You would put it in a backpack, potentially. But I don't normally see a lot of people do that. Majority of the time is they'll put it in the duffel bag or whatever, and, But, again, normally you're not going to go out with that many rounds. Generally, because if you're going out with that many rounds, it's a little insane. You'll probably go with maybe 50 or so rounds, depending on what you're doing, right? So if you're going out to go shoot or whatever, depending on how many rounds you're going to be spending, say if you're using like an AR-15, sure, you probably want to be in maybe a couple hundred rounds, depending on how often you're going to shoot your gun. But if you're going to go hunting or whatever, you really don't need that many rounds to begin with. Unless they're just, God, you're a terrible shot. But I digress. Most people don't usually bring that around, so it is suspicious. And he did seem a little bit odd. So should he have done something about it? Sure. Should he report it? Sure. But to really blame him or get him get arrested? Nah, I don't know about that one. That's going a little far. Gunman kills at least 19 children at the Texas elementary school. So this is specifically what I would say here from what we have here with the Ramos, which is the border. So this is going to go off of this exactly what I'm saying. So it's pretty much the same. Remember the same thing. 2 adults, 19 children killed. And the Border Patrol agent that pretty much shot him. So not too much here, just pretty much saying Ken's 5 has, that he bought 2 rifles. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in rifles. So it says here that the gunman killed his grandmother before heading to the school with 2 military-style rifles he had purchased on his birthday. See, again... I don't know. They say military rifles, and when you say rifles, it could just be a pistol too. But again, it's being pretty clear. I wish I had a military size rifle. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the way we see it here. How all these people are how all this tragedy is happening. So, yeah, I'll probably go, since this video is getting a little bit long, I'll probably make a video that is not going to be related to news at all, but I'll probably be kind of going to in depth and explain to why some of these things are happening and why this could be the issue that we see. It has a lot to do probably with the way society is right now rather than, anything else. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Be safe.